I am Omiya, the chairperson of the Robot Revolution Initiative. I'm glad to meet you. It was a great honor to have the State Minister of METI, Mr. Nishime, and other representatives of METI, and guests from overseas, and to have many of you to come to this symposium. As one of the co-sponsors, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you. This symposium is being held alongside the IREX and System Control Fair and Measurement Instrument Exhibition, as well as the IoT exhibit. We're really glad to have so many people from these industries here today. In the beginning, the state minister said we need to have a sense of crisis here in Japan. And Mr. Eichmann of World Economic Forum explained about the drastic change is occurring in the global economy due to IoT and other technological changes. Our industry also needs to respond to these changes and contribute to global economic growth, I feel. The RRI is an organization established exactly for this purpose. Connected industries is a concept that is an overarching concept for our activities. It's very good that the Japanese government has promoted this concept of connected industries. I would like to explain about RRI's activities regarding connected industries. Let me explain what I will be talking about. First, I will explain about the role of RRI in connected industries. Next, I'd like to explain RRI's thoughts on responding to the rapid changes in the world and explain some of the activities we're carrying out to that end. And I'd like to also raise some questions to some people here who may be questioning whether there's really a need to adapt to the connected world. And finally, I'd like to express some of my expectations to the symposium, which will last throughout the day. State Minister Nishime spoke about the connected industries and the 5 focus areas in connected industries. They are autonomous driving and mobility services, biotechnology and materials, smart life, plant and infrastructure maintenance, and manufacturing and robotics. Those are the 5 focus areas. RRI is the organization promoting connected industries, especially in manufacturing and robotics. From 2015, we've been working on revolutionizing the manufacturing business with IoT. We are thinking what is happening in IoT, and we are trying to provide a place for Japanese companies to get together and think about the industrial revolution that is emerging with IoT. RRI's basic policy is to enable private corporations to think for themselves. As the industrial structure and business models are changing drastically with commoditization and service-type businesses, we're trying to think how companies can adapt to, can achieve open innovation and develop business ecosystems making use of IoT. Rather than focusing from an individual corporate perspective, we need to get together and think about a future together. We need to aim for a global win-win relationship and the establishment of a positive business ecosystem. One thing I'd like to say to you is that Japan's role in the future is not to confront the world, but to contribute to the world. When we think about the division between the real world and the cyber world, we can say that Japan has a lot of high-quality data from the real world and understands the significance of that data, and that's one advantage that Japan has. Using this advantage, Japan should be able to make a unique contribution to the world, a contribution that only Japan could really make. We really need to find the way to achieve that. Let me talk about our collaboration efforts with overseas organizations. RRI is especially focusing on international collaboration. As I'll explain later on, in order to promote manufacturing business revolution with IoT, we need to have standardization and industrial security solutions, and international cooperation is key for that. So RRI has been networking with Germany, which has been promoting Industry 4.0. We established a collaborative agreement with them in 2015. We've been focusing on industrial security and support of SMEs in our collaboration with Germany. We've also had 11 meetings of experts on international standardization, and we've had 5 expert meetings on industrial security with Germany. We also have been putting together an online use case map of companies in Japan that are making good use of IoT. And we are providing links of our map to a similar map in Germany. In France, we've also been working with France to organize symposiums and to do linking between our online maps. And we've also signed a collaboration agreement with the Czech Republic. Meanwhile, it's very important to connect with the Industrial Internet Consortium in the US also. That's why we're preparing to sign an MOU with them. In the early afternoon session, we'd like to officially announce a new relationship with them. Participating in international standardization bodies is also very important, and I'll talk about this more. But RRI members have been participating in IEC and ISO meetings. This is our 3rd international symposium to be held. We have speakers from Germany, the Czech Republic, US, China, and Sweden here today. We've also been exhibiting at international exhibits such as Hannover Messe and CeBIT to do liaison work. Standardization is very important to promote IoT, and it's an area that Japan can contribute in. Here I've shown you our participation in the various international standardization bodies. Regarding standardization of smart manufacturing, IEC and ISO are starting to do various activities. And Japan has been sending committee members to these activities, and RRI members have played a very important role in international collaboration at this level. At the IEC, there is a new move to adopt standards for smart manufacturing at the SEG7, and we have sent 3 members to the SEG7 group. We're discussing about establishment of system committees. We're also discussing about possible standards, use cases, and reference models. Based on this discussion, the IEC has decided to adopt new standards on smart manufacturing and is going to establish system committees to this end. In the bilateral meetings with Germany of experts, RRI has played an important role. In standardization, it's important to think about next generation use cases and understand the requirements and to work out the specifics. In the Japan-Germany Industry Security Expert Group meeting, RRI has also participated to discuss about safety, privacy, and recovery from cyber attacks, both from a technical and from a legal perspective.
As I said, at IEC, they are going to create an international standard for smart manufacturing, and the system committee will be made in the IEC headquarters. And in each country, there's going to be deliberative committees established. RRI will be the Japanese deliberative committee according to the unofficial decisions. In Japan, there will be a deliberative committee with different companies' participation, and there is going to be a steering committee, and RRI will be acting as the steering committee. In the Japanese deliberative committee, we will get the support from METI, and the plan is to also get support from related trade organizations and the academia. RRI is using the perspective of connected industries in different parts of Japan. For local communities where there is a shortage of information and human resources, we have created a nationwide a network where different supporting organizations can share know-how. And with this, we would like to create communities. The first round is to plan and support the Smart Monozukuri Support Organization National Network supported by METI and hold events. At the Tokyo big site tomorrow, there's going to be a kickoff between METI and RRI. And there, the Smart Monozukuri Organization, the local IoT Promotion Lab, the IVI Community Activity, the Japan Chamber of Commerce, the IT Coordination Council, and the METI Industrial Mechanics section, and the RRI Working Group, and the SME Action Group will be giving presentations. And for the IoT initiatives in different parts of Japan, different activities are now taking place, and RRI are also supporting this. And members from trade organizations and electricity, machinery, information, electronics, users, and operation technologies are participating. And academia and SMEs are, and also cross-cutting organizations are having discussions with us, and we would like to strengthen the ties with such organizations. And we are also focusing on industrial security. And here, for international collaboration and also collaboration between different organizations, we believe that industrial structures is a very important area that needs to be covered. And safety and privacy protection is another area that needs to be covered. When it comes to security, there are threats every day. And in terms of safety, there are issues in terms of machinery and electricity and their components. And safety needs to be maintained from different areas. And in Industry 4.0, functional safety and rules and mechanisms need to be considered. And for cyber attacks, since there are many legacy equipment, this is an area that needs to be considered in different industries. According to a research, breaches by unknown threats are occurring at 97% of enterprises. Average days to detect these breaches are 205 days, and malware that cannot be detected by antivirus software is more than 55%. For this, from the business continuity perspective, it is important to detect problems, attacks at the earliest stage possible and take necessary actions. In order to realize this, different activities need to be taken place, and legislation will also need to be put in place, and third-party certification activities and supervision will also become very important. In the area of connected industries, in the RRI activities, there are several challenges that I would like to share with you that we believe are very important. There are still people who are resisting the idea of connections. And behind that is that there are severe competitions in different industries, and some companies have been able to win the competition by being standalone organizations. But we believe that we need to think about the new values that need to be created for customers by creating connections. Lastly, for this international symposium, we hope that in the morning session we will be hearing about Industry 4.0, the China manufacturing 2025. And the Industrial Internet Consortium will be giving us presentations. And in the afternoon, we'll be hearing from Arena 2036. And discussions will be taking place in the area of manufacturing and services, standardization, and security. And hopefully, with that, we will be able to think about how we can shape a future where all of us can thrive. Thank you very much.